hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. I want to stop there, and I want you to go with Matthew 24 real quick. Matthew 24. And I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but this is my favorite Bible. And I can't get excited because if I do, I'll lose half the paper. But this is the one I do all my studying in. And I'm trying to break another Bible in, but it just ain't happening. Y'all be very careful. This is like my grandmother. She's about 90-some years old here. Cure. Give her. It says in the 24th chapter of St. Matthew. Got it. We'll do it this way. Jesus went out and departed from the temple. This is the temple that was fixing to be torn into twain. This is the temple that the Roman soldiers, that they saw the veils that they began to tore it in vain and in twain. This is the one that was right in front of where Jesus was crucified. You may say, how do we know that? Because the eastern gate was just a little lower than all the other gates, and for them to have been able to see faster, the veil to be torn down, they had to been facing towards the east to have saw that. So we find that they were looking towards that way, and the beautiful temple was there. It was in beautiful arrangements. You know, it probably, I don't know how many years it probably took. Pastor, he studies that for a time. It says, but it was a beautiful temple. It says in the temple they came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And they were bragging. They said, Master, look at this beautiful temple. Isn't it so gorgeous? And Jesus, you know how Jesus was sarcastic sometimes, Pastor. He just came flat out and he said, you know, not flattered. How many has ever, you know, sometimes I have a tendency of not being very flattering when I speak. I mean, sometimes I speak to the point. You've not known me yet, but when you really get to know me, you can look at my face. My expression will change. My hands will go to my side feet. My feet, Pastor, will come together, and I'll just make it very clear, not even blink an eye, exactly what's on my mind. When I get there, listen, I'm not kidding anymore. Jesus was about in that premise, and Jesus said unto them, I want you to shut up. I want you to listen to me. You asked me how to pray, how to teach you how to pray. I taught you how to pray. I've asked you for so much 3.5 past a year how to take control of the unclean spirits and how that I was going to be taken away from it. And none of you have heard a word I've said. It said, but I'm going to tell you one more time. It said, and Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I said to you, there shall not left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us. 3 questions were asked here. Now let me tell you something here. God has secrets, and the church receives the secrets. How many believes that? How many knows God has secrets? If you don't, you've got to take a look at Calvary when Satan was having Jesus Christ nailed to the cross. If he would have known, Pastor, that he was going to go down to the lower parts of the earth and take the keys of death and hell away from him and go to his Father's right hand and say, now all power is given unto me in heaven and earth. He said that through me you're more than victorious, you're a conqueror in my name. Church, if Satan would have known that this man Jesus would have had this power, he would have never suffered Jesus Christ to have been crucified. There are secrets in it. They were the apostle that said, behold, I show you a mystery. The church had never been mentioned in the Old Testament at all. The church had only been mentioned in the New Testament. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall all be asleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment and a twinkling of an eye. That we're going to all turn and take off corrupt, incorrupt immortality, be with the Jesus of the air. Church, let me tell you something. He was telling the church, he said that you may have been born in sin, but you're not going to make it to heaven in sin. Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming? Look at this, and of the end of the world. Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Here's the white horse riding in. That's easy to see. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. There it is again. And ye shall hear, look at this, of wars and rumors of war. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. The proclaiming, the spirit of the Antichrist as he's beginning to open up and to come into existence on planet. Let me tell you something, church. Satan ain't going to come down here or up here with horns on his head, fire coming out of his eyes, and a red suit, a long tail, and a pitchfork. He's not going to do that. He's a deceiver. The Bible says that Jesus Christ, he made it clear, he said, except I shorten these days, and the very elect would be deceived. Shorten the day. Listen to it. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now, we're not going to go in there. That's those matters are bouncing around into areas, and I haven't really got no exactly word in here that the rapture happened in Passion, but I do know within these verses right in here, this is where the church was raptured. Right in here. And the reason why is because the Bible said that he would not suffer us to have any wrath poured out upon us, that we would be able to escape, meaning we're going to be transported to heaven during that time. So, right around in this time, you know, some pastors made the statement. He said that he believed that we would go through part of the tribulation. And actually, if you look, church, at the seventh seal and you look back at what's already happened, it's very possible that God is going to allow us to go through a little bit of rain or fire, to be purged, to be tried. Oh, I didn't come to church Sunday. I'm not going there. I said I was going to be good that day. We're going to be nice. Ye shall hear wars, rumors of wars, cities to be not troubled, for the time is not yet. Fourth verse. For nation shall rise against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms. There shall be famine, look at it, pestilence, and what? Earthquakes in divers places. There's your four riders right there. Now, if you will take them four riders and you will put them in their right perspective, then you're ready to go on to Revelation where we left off. Let's go to Revelation now, chapter 6. We're entering in now with I want you to at least trust me through the study. Okay, Pastor, just trust me. I didn't say believe in him right now. I don't want you to believe in him if you don't really, if you're not sure. The Bible